Hi fellow teachers, Larissa here from TeachWise AI, and I wanted to do a little experiment. I am a science teacher, so of course I gotta do some experiments. I wanna know how Chatgpt, Bing, and Bard, which are all chatbots, will react to me prompting it to create a lesson plan for me. I teach virtually, so I really want it to give me links for simulations or videos that I can use during the lesson. Let's talk AI and see what these chatbots can do. So using Bing first, I did put the same prompt into each. I said, you are a veteran virtual earth science teacher. You have been given 30 minutes in Zoom to create an engaging and interactive lesson for your 9th grade students about weathering and erosion. Create this lesson and include the links to simulations or demos you would use. So it came up with a quick 30-minute Zoom session live lesson that I could put together. A warm-up activity. I like to show video, so let's see what this video would be about erosion and weathering. Well, marking off for this. This is not a video, but it is a really great piece about weathering. It's just not what I was looking for. Okay, next part, it says introduce the 2 main types of weathering and then also introduce the 4 main agents of erosion. And then the next part talks about engaging students in an interactive simulation. So it gives me a link to a simulation. Let's see what this is. Unfortunately, this is not what I'm looking for. It is a quizzes about weathering and erosion, but look at the grade level, 4th grade level. This is not really a simulation. This is more of an assessment anyways. Unfortunately, more points off for Bing. All right, then it says to end with a formative assessment to check students' understanding, figure out their retention, and it gives you a quiz that you can use. Let's see about this one. Unfortunately, it failed again. It did give me a quiz about weathering and erosion, but this is really a lower grade level. So for Bing, I give it like a 50 out of 100 because it gave me a solid lesson plan. It did not give me half of what I need to be able to do the work, which is the videos, the simulations, how to introduce these concepts. Not great. It gives me a demonstration that just does not work for 30 minutes, and it wouldn't probably work long-term either. It goes on to talk about chemical weathering. Again, gives me pictures at least and vocab words and all that. And then a demo, which I could do if I have some limestone and vinegar and observe how the limestone fizzes. Now, again, this is something I would do on the video since my students would not likely have limestone. They might have vinegar, but limestone more difficult. Then we're going to do erosion for 5 minutes, talk about the different parts, and engage students by asking them to think about how erosion can shape the landscape. Okay, that's not awful. Summarize the key concepts of weathering and erosion, emphasize that weathering and erosion are important processes, and challenge students to think about impacts of weathering and erosion on human activities. It did not give me any links like I asked it to, and I don't know if that's just not possible through Bard, but I would say this one might be like a 60% out of 100. It gave me a little bit more than Bing, but again, not great. Okay, last one is Chatgpt. Gave it the same prompt. It is giving me an objective, materials that I would need, which is just basically my computer and Zoom. Begin lesson by asking the students what they think weathering and erosion are. Explain about these 2 concepts, okay? And then we're talking weathering versus erosion in 5 minutes. Defining, sharing a simple diagram or graphic. And then it is giving me an interactive simulation here. Let's see what it comes up with. Well, that's a big nope. I love FAT, but whatever web page it took me to is not helpful. Okay, for the next 5 minutes, it's talking about erosion, and it's giving me a virtual lab. Let's see what this is. Man, oh man, ClassZone.com has been retired, and this is not a simulation that can be used anymore. Okay, talks about giving real world examples, an interactive discussion, talking about having them share personal experiences related to weathering and erosion. Love that. Discuss the importance of understanding these processes for things like soil conservation, landslides, and natural disasters. This is important stuff. And then conclusion and recap. There's a possible homework assignment and closing, as well as follow-up activities. I'm going to have to give this a rating of about 50% again. It seems like getting links that work to correct simulations and demos is just not possible. It's not something chatbots are good at. I also don't think that Chatgpt gave me a lesson that can be completed within 30 minutes. I do still think that each one of these chatbots is helpful because it gives me ideas of how to introduce weathering and erosion to my students, and just maybe in a different way than I normally do, which I think adds interest and intrigue to both myself and my students. Using these chatbots as more of an idea partner is the way to go. Feel free to comment if you have used any of these chatbots and what your findings were. And if this was helpful, please like, comment, share, all the things. Have a great one. Bye.